people need is somebody that knows what's going on in the community.
The world.
That's going to be bigger than the internet.
And the known universe.
You don't know the power of the dark side.
It's the Upstate Pulse on News Talk 98.9 WORD, the voice of the Carolinas. Brought to you by Borderlands Comics and Games.
You're on the air.
Welcome into the Upstate Pulse. My name is Alonzo, and it is a beautiful Saturday. Nice and hot. I mean, ain't nothing wrong with that. It's like June, man. It's supposed to be hot in June. And so glad that all the kids are out of school and they don't know how to drive. So, you know, I'm going to start with the old man thing. I'm going to blame it on the kids being out of school. One thing I got to say before we get into all the fun stuff, because we're going to have fun for the next 2 hours. If you ride a motorcycle, don't tailgate. It makes no sense. Okay? If someone throws their brakes on, you're dead. I mean, with a car, you got a shot.
You'll lose that fight every time.
Yeah, you will. I say this out of experience because we were tailgated today by some guy on a crotch rocket, which, yeah, I know the difference. He wasn't on a Harley or something. He was on one of those. And then he goes around me, does the same thing on someone, and then decides to do that thing that you should never do, go up the middle of traffic.
Yeah, you don't split the difference on
that. And it's just, don't do that, guy. And I know, I mean, there's a good shot that guy probably listens to this show. So don't do that, man. I mean,
want you around.
There's no place you need to be. That, I mean, would you save yourself 30 seconds? Maybe there's a thrill and excitement to it. I mean, there is. I've driven, whatever it is, a motorcycle before. The fact that I don't know how to say it well means that I haven't done it very often.
He's actually stuck in the modern version of speed.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah, don't do that. All right, let's get to the show. We are excited to be here on another Saturday night. Cameron and I, that's one of the voices you just heard.
Hi ho.
There's Cameron and Matthew, the other voice you heard.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, Tim is off today because he sent me a request. I'm just going to bust him out on the air. Sent me a request to be off today through email, knowing that I was on vacation. But, you know, luckily, I decided to read my email today before I came back to work, or I would have been like, where's Tim?
Lonzo, that is what we call a bro moment.
Yeah, it is. Well, I guess it's a move you make on someone who's understanding like myself. Because, you know, other people be like, it's unacceptable. You cannot do that at all. On today's show, we are going to be talking about some things that happened to us on vacation because life is show prep and some weird stuff happened just like right away. And we'll get to that in a moment. Also, we visited Bucees. And I'm about to make some people mad. I'm about to make a lot of people mad. I'm about to make a whole lot of people mad. And I'm just going to say right now, you guys are popularists. I think that would be the word. Or you like to follow things that are cult-like. But anyway, we'll get into that in a little bit.
The cult of the beaver.
Yes, the cult of the beaver. And yes, we'll be talking about that. Also, I don't know if you guys heard about this. There's a whistleblower talking about actual UFOs that we have, and then some 8-foot UFOs landed in Vegas. So we're going to be talking about that. There's actually body cam footage. We'll tell you whether we believe it or not. We also are going to be talking a lot of video games, including Diablo 4, Summer Game Fest going on, and we're going to be talking Gamer Girls, dude. Yeah, we're going to be talking about that. Also,
I saw that on the agenda for today. And I got to say, I cringed a little bit.
Yeah, well, I'll probably take it a different direction than what the normal gamer dude supposedly does. Also, we're going to be talking about Twisted Metal, the first 5 minutes of Secret Invasion, which, yes, I did watch. You had to have a code to do it. Matthew sent it to us earlier in the week. And then, you know, The Flash is coming out this week. Witcher Season 3 trailer. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. But first, I'm going to talk about the beach, but I want to place. I'm inspired by things sometimes, and Cameron has pointed out that possibly all my inspiration comes from spite.
Not all of it. Some of it comes from a good place.
Yeah, well, this one didn't. So I will tell you. First of all, we had a good time on vacation. We're going to talk about some of the things that happened. You know what? Let's just start out with this. All right, we roll up to the hotel. What's the first thing that happened, Cameron?
Oh, yeah. Oh, God. So
now I want you to recreate her voice.
So we walk by. There's this elderly woman just kind of meandering.
All right, you say elderly. Here's what she looked like. She looked like someone who had been smoking 5 packs a day, 10 packs a day for 74 years of her
What's
life.
the name of the Goonies mom?
No. She didn't look like her. She looked like
She's not Mama Vertelli?
No, because Mama Fratelli had some weight to her. This lady was more like Monsters Inc.
Oh, definitely like the Slug Lady.
or Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
All right, good.
So we
Recreate what happened when we got there.
So we're busy moving stuff in and all that. Passed by, I did like a little head nod. She smiled, and then we go by, and she's like, "Good evening, boys."
Yeah, it was creepy.
It's
Good
like,
evening, boys.
oh,
It's just
God.
like it's so what
When
we
Did she ask you if you filed your paperwork?
no. So she does this,
Mike Wazowski.
and I'm just a little
You
bit.
forgot to file your paperwork again.
I'm just a little bit ahead of Cameron, so I can't see his reaction. He can't see mine. I'll walk around the corner, and he walks around the corner. And we both are like freaking out, like, let's get to the elevator,
We have that
let's
mild-
push the button, and let's get up there. So that's how it started. Yes, it was one of those that kind of things that kind of only happens to us.
It was vocal cords soaked in Marlboro.
yeah, it was. And
Oh,
you know what?
gosh.
You know what? We didn't see that lady again the entire time we were
No.
there. It's just
Was she
right
ever
one-
real?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't. It
Was that Pennywise on vacation just screwing with us?
No, all right, so it wasn't like dusk or anything, but she was in shadow. I'm just gonna, I don't know from whence the shadow came. Maybe it was the building itself. But still, that was creepy. That's how we started it out. Also, I've been having trouble with my left leg, where my knee has been reconstructed, and had some problems and could not go to the ocean. So I knew this was probably going to happen, but I was able to sit out on the balcony and look at the ocean, and the ocean is beautiful. And you know what the best thing about it is? And I love my job, but I wasn't at work. So even though I can't go get in the ocean, I still can see the ocean. I can hear the ocean, and everybody else had a good time. And I told them when we got there, it's like, listen, I'm having trouble with my leg. There's no way I can handle the waves. I'm just going, while you guys are down there, I'm going to sit up here, and I'm going to sit on the balcony, and I'm going to read. And I know it's an old man thing to do, but it's not. I have a library. I've read all my life. I love reading. I got a Weiss and Hickman novel a couple months ago. Haven't been able to sit down with it because of all the video games that have come out. It's my job to review those. So I hadn't had a chance. So I sat down, went out, took my iPad out with me, had my phone, set it right there on the balcony, had something to drink, read 2 comic books, and read 100 pages in this book. So, I mean, it was hours just sitting out there enjoying it. And then to quote Diablo 1, the sanctity of this place was fouled. And how is the sanctity of the ocean in general? We were at Garden City, by the way, for the people asking on stream. How is this, before I finish how the sanctity was fouled, if you want to be a part of the show, text line 71307. We have some texts already. We're going to get to those. And we've already got the stream is buzzing. So we are live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. On Facebook, it is at 98.9 WORD and the Upstate Pulse. On Twitter, it's at 98.9 WORD and Alonzo on Word. And on Twitch and YouTube, it is the Upstate Pulse. So check us out there. We are always live, even during the breaks. Okay, so how is the sanctity of this place found? As I'm enjoying the sounds of the beach and, the people, the kids playing, the waves beating against the shore, folks enjoying the pool down below, suddenly I hear this thing that just hurts me. It bores into my very soul. It is the bane of my existence. It is one of the things that I just don't like. I don't. I think it's torturous. I also think it's easy, and it's called country music. So I'm sitting there and I'm trying to read, and suddenly some Yahoo decides to turn on his country. Play me. I'm at the beach, gonna play me some daggum country. Okay, first of all, it's ear pollution for some people. Maybe not for you, Yahoo, but it was for me. So I had to go inside the room and no longer enjoy the sounds of the beach. I could still see it, but I couldn't, because he decided to play country. And if you haven't listened to the show before, you probably didn't guess that I don't like country. But I'm inspired by different things. And because of it, something was born out of it. So take a listen.
You missed them, but now they're back. Rob's Hat, the band that took the country world by storm, just dropped their latest hit album. She's easy like country music.
Hey, y'all, this is Lonnie from Rob's Hat. Please buy our new album, because our drummer Purvis done stole another stinking red truck, and we need bail money. Thank you.
This album is bound to be a hit at your barbecue, bail hearing, or bar mitzvah with tracks like She's Easy Like Country Music, She's Not My Girl, She's My Bartender.
She's not my girl, she's my bartender. I am the man, I'm not a pretender. She's not my girl, she's my bartender. But at 2 a.m. I am him, the guy that's gonna win her.
Double wide love in a single wide. Lychees in my breechies. Storm clouds.
Storm clouds on the horizon, wind upon the plain. To feel and smell and look there is, right before the rain.
Waffle House Serenade and Overcompensation.
Mid-size, half-size, extended cab with rag tops. B6, B8, Heelys that just won't stop. Pocket space too small, we'll park that truck sideways. It's not the motion of the ocean, it's the capsize these days. You can try to hide it, but you won't hear what you say. Yeah, the parking lot's full and you're just truck compensated.
Order now and get absolutely free Pappy Does Show Tunes. The beautiful vocal stylings of the one and only Pappy will delight audiences everywhere with his magnificent renditions of Danny Boy.
Oh, Danny boy, the pipes are gone.
Toyland, Memory from Cats, Jelly Roll Blues, Hello My Baby,
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime gal.
Lady Marmalade, and many more.
Gitty, ya, da, da. Gitty, ya, yeah. Mocha chocolata, ya. Creole lady marmalade. Voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir? Voulez-vous coucher avec moi? Voulez-vous coucher avec moi? Moi, baby. Wait a second. Wait, that means what?
Pick up or download She's Easy Like Country Music from Rob's Hat today. Venmo your money to hashtag Purvis Loves Red Trucks. Purvis will be waiting in jail. Seriously, dude? Again?
So there you go. So this is what country does to me. It inspires me to, and here's the thing, country's easy. Now, whether you thought that the country singing was good or not, I could pack a daggum country bar, saloon, whatever, with my vocal stylings on the country music. And there you go, because it's easy. And by the way, Rob's Hat will become a real band. It's just going to happen. Just cause. So anyway, that's what happens when someone plays country on the beach. It does have a good story, though. Apparently, some rocker came along with a bigger boombox and drowned out the country guy.
There you go.
And Garden City Beach was rocking like it should. All right, you're listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WORD, the voice of the Carolinas. We slam Buc-ee's next.
Join the Nerd Herd on the Flaccid text line at 71307. This is the Upstate Pulse on News Talk 98.9 WORD, the voice of the Carolinas.
You should. Because we are personally attacking.
Now the Carolinas'
Yes,
most
they're
trusted
able to face the
forecast from the News Talk 98.9 WORD Weather
Hey, man.
Center.
Love what you
Clear
love.
skies
Just
tonight
don't
with lows
subject me
around
to it.
62.
That's
Southerly
Love
winds
what you
5
love.
to
If
10
it's not
miles
fun,
per
it's not
hour.
home.
High of
Listen,
83.
we're inside
Tomorrow,
your
scattered
huge truck.
thunderstorms likely. Scattered thunderstorms again. Tomorrow night, 67. Overcast skies. I'm meteorologist
And yes, I
Jennifer
did,
Wojcicki from the
country
News
rap.
Talk
If you couldn't understand the
98.9
words,
WORD Weather
it's,
Center. Currently, it's 83 degrees.
laced with innuendo
Summer,
about the
during the
size of your
summer's
truck.
too
So
hot. So
I suggest you go back and listen. Yes.
across America.
And Cameron bought a puppet.
I'll take all the heat you want to get.
Keep your cool.
Get a break from the heat.
You might be wondering, has Cameron lost his mind?
As the news heats up,
You ought to try turning on the air conditioner.
hear it here first.
The current situation.
Hot news item just announced today.
On News Talk 98.9.
What's going on now?
WORD, the voice of the Carolinas.
Hey, Tara Cervatius here. Some really important
All
people
right, I'm not
once wrote
ignoring
that the
your,
Second Amendment
your stuff.
should
We're going to get
not
to your
Piper says that the
fringe.
radio's playing.
And right now,
Ah,
we're out
thank you.
here making
We good now. My bad. So anyway, we're gonna get man, look, our listeners they're just going away. It's just like it made everybody go away.
We lost everybody.
Yes. I don't regret it for a second. You know what? I may even play it again.
Oh boy.
It's called sound pollution.
Yeah, Matthew liked part of it. I did have music behind you, but I didn't like how it took away from the song standing out. So music leading into music, I thought it sounded better without that. So anyway. Yes, I spent way too much time on that.
We both did.
But that's okay.
No,
I mean,
I completely understand.
yeah,
I
when
have
you-
plenty of things that I've done that I've spent way more time than I should have on.
It took
because
me a
they were
while to
just too
remember
funny
how to
me.
speak French.
yeah, he really struggled with Voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir because he just doesn't do French, you know?
No.
But
My tongue is not built for finesse.
okay, so I heard that song a ton when I was a kid because it first came out in the 70s by LaBelle and then it was remade during the Moulin Rouge soundtrack.
Moulin Rouge.
Hopefully we don't get flagged for that. If we do, we do. I'm
We
blaming,
had fun.
I'm blaming Tim anyway. So, I mean, you know.
As you should.
I don't know if it was excellent, Trey, but, you know,
It was at least good.
the boss is out of town.
It
So,
was funny.
so there we go.
So, Matthew, you got a thing about puppets?
LexCorp is somewhere.
Against
Conquering.
puppets, my bad.
No, but this is creepy and unsettling.
It is? Why is it? See, there's a first rule to this sort of game. Never show weakness.
That's not true
Never.
because, you know, vulnerability is sexy.
To who?
To somebody out there who likes to see men cry. I don't know.
Well, that's just more of a sadist than anything else.
Oh, well, you know.
It's like, oh, yes, you're crying. Good.
Jeez. There's nothing wrong with emotional vulnerability.
All right, so here's the
Also-
problem. You know, it used to be a disembodied voice that would just take over. Now there's a conduit, and that's not good.
That's frightening.
Yes.
Yes, but it's all the better to put away.
Oh boy.
Welcome back into the Upstate Pulse. My name is Lonzo, along with Cameron and Matthew, having a blast on a Saturday night. For all the people that were just subjected to that 3 minutes of, some may say, country hate, I might subject you to it again in the hour number 2. I don't know. We get some good comments. We get some bad comments. Text line 71307. Let's go to the text line and see what we got going on there. Let's see, guys, this week Critical Role premiered their own RPG system, Candela Obscura, and some people online are angry saying they stole the system from existing RPG, Blades in the Dark. This is not the case, as the designer of Blades in the Dark published it with an open license allowing anyone that wishes to use it for their own creations. In addition, the designer tweeted that he was honored that CR chose to use the system as their inspiration, but the internet, okay, I was doing good, lost the rest.
Do you need your glasses?
No,
It
that's
just
not.
got moved up.
Yeah, trust me, You should have seen the puzzle that I just put together to make that work because it was like before and after.
I'm aware of how those text lines
Yeah.
work.
So
I understand.
Why is the text line set up like Tetris?
I don't know, but I'm pretty good at Tetris. Texter writes, did you crotch rock a guy think he was in a Tom Cruise movie? Dude, even Tom Cruise can end up in the hospital.
With a broke foot.
Yeah, he can. And the thing is, this is on 385. He went from the left lane all the way over to get off on 276. And it was amazing to watch and should never have happened. But anyway, all right. No, texter writes, and screaming rock is hard. Yeah. Screaming rock is hard. Country is easy. All right, let us go to the stream. Chris says, evening, guys. And then he's yelling at Tim, which we'll do later when we see him this week. Viper says, that's new. My message is being checked by mods. I hate when that happens, when my message gets checked by mods. Let's see. Trey says, I went on a mission trip with my church to Caracas, Venezuela a while back. The dotted line is considered the motorcycle lane. If you don't give them room to pass, they'll purposefully whack your side mirrors. We witnessed a few examples of road rage. Okay. We were talking about the lady in the at the hotel, and Chris says cigarette voice. It was deeper than that. It was just weird. It was otherworldly. Viper says, as a rider of a sports bike, agree, but I also beg cars not to tailgate us. No, I agree. You should not tailgate anybody, but definitely not someone on a motorcycle. Chris says headphones for me or for them.
Yes.
Okay. But see,
when you're in a public space, I'd say that if you're like out on those balconies and stuff, wear headphones if you want to listen to music.
Well, listen,
I agree.
I also agree to that, except for the fact that I wear headphones 6 days a week, and I have a dent in my head. And
you sure that's from the headphones?
Yes, and it hurts from wearing headphones too long, and which is the reason why you and I can't play online too much, because I wear headphones all day and I go home and I put on a headset and it hurts. And it takes away from the gaming experience. So
if you have issues with headphones, try your buds.
I can do that, but it's a pain in the butt to do here. And plus, you don't look like a radio.
Well, not here, obviously, but like in public and stuff.
Let's see. Chris says, I hate the bro country of today. And he says you need to start watching old shows of hee haw. I've seen a bunch of hee haw. My mom used to watch. My mom hated country. Bred me, reared me, whatever, to dislike country. I probably would have on my own anyway, but we watched Hee Haw because apparently our relatives are on it. We are from Kentucky, or they're from Kentucky. I'm from Ohio. Let's see. Zach says, way late, but finally saw Guardians 3 this past week. I can easily, for me, the Guardians of the Galaxy movies and characters are easily the best part of the MCU, the most heart, depth, and most relatable characters, including the talking raccoon, tree dog, etc. She was a good dog, by the way. While I'd like to have seen Snyder's full version, I'm optimistic about Gunn's overseeing DC's movies, and sad to see the Guardians go, though they had an excellent send-off. Yeah. This was Guardians was probably one of the best MCU movies since Avengers Endgame and the last Spider-Man movie. Although I still had problems with the ending, but that's fine. Let's see. Viper says, I already can't wait for volume 2. Doesn't include anything from Jesus Christ Superstar. Nah, probably not. he's probably not doing that. Yeah.
No,
probably not. So
not touching it.
Yeah. It's probably a good move that he doesn't do that. Let's see.
I'd like to not get smitten.
All right. Chris says Pappy did a good job. Yeah, he did.
Hey!
I don't need your affirmation, but apparently Pappy did a good job. Okay.
Give me your adulation.
No, stop it. All right. So a couple of the cool things that we saw while we were at the beach was we always go to Broadway at the beach, even though we're like a half hour away from the beach that we normally go to, because of the stores and the shopping. Yes, there are certain stores like Heroes and Villains, which we used to have here, but we don't anymore, who will have cool T-shirts in sturdy size for guys like us. And so I'm actually wearing one, which is a one-piece shirt.
I am as well.
From no, yours is not a one-piece shirt. You're just Spider-Man.
Another shirt from the place.
So, and we got to take the granddaughter in there, and she's starting to get into that stuff. We're going to make her a nerd. That is our goal. Cameron and I want to make the granddaughter a nerd. just so that she fits with us better. No, because there's nothing wrong with being into comic books and all that kind of stuff. So
Especially we tried video games for the first time, and that had varying
yeah,
results.
but she wanted to play. She just wasn't very good at Mario Kart yet. She's only 4.
That just sounds like a skill issue.
Yes, well, it is, but practice will take care of that. Then there is I forgot about the sword store there. So they have a store there that's nothing but swords, and they have Sephiroth's sword. It was what, $800 or $400?
$400.
It was $400.
It was kind of affordable.
Yeah, it was sort of. I sent a picture to Tim, and he didn't ask me to buy it for him, which I wouldn't have, but he didn't ask me to. Actually, no, I take that back. He did say buy it for me. But they have all kinds of swords, and they have armor and stuff. What armor did you get there like last year?
Well, last year I got a Gundorian helmet.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So
it's it's in a display thing in my game room.
So they have
that must be new then, because I never saw that. The last time that I went was probably 2021, I think. So
yeah, it was there last year. So it's been there for 2 years at least.
Yeah.
And it's cool just going in there and just seeing all that stuff, and knowing you can't afford most of it. But if you save up some cash, you can go in there and buy an authentic looking.
A lot of the
something.
stuff is like $150. So if you have
which is less than 400.
Yes.
Significantly so.
It is
still $150.
Still $150. But it's one of the.
It's a cool looking sword, man.
It's awesome to just go in there and just look around. And it's another thing, just like going into certain stores, the people in there are into the same stuff you're into, or they're psychotic and looking for a way to. Anyway, but there's some really cool swords in there. We enjoyed that. But then we didn't realize right next to it they had a full-on anime store, brand new. Nothing but anime in there. Unfortunately, no manga, which I didn't even realize when I was in there. But there's statues, T-shirts, pops, all kinds of stuff. And the first thing that happened when we walk in there, just like being greeted at the hotel, was a dude who said, "What?
So what anime are you into?"
Yeah, that's way too fast.
So, what anime are you into?
That's it. And
that's creepy.
He looked like stoned out of his mind.
No, it wasn't creepy. It was
it was. I thought it was kind of funny.
Stoners,
but apparently he got chastised for talking to the customers.
Yes.
Oh wow.
Yeah. You don't talk to the customers. Like, what am I supposed to do? It's like straighten the shelves. Okay. So anyway,
so the person on the floor isn't supposed to talk to and upsell to customers.
Yeah,
that's kind of backwards if you ask me.
It's an anime store. I mean, you get more introverts and stuff in there.
Well, yeah. Well, as I explained to Cameron, the reason why I got in trouble is if he asks what you're into and he takes you to it, you know what you're doing. You're not looking at everything else to get to where you're going to. Now, if you go all around the store and you can't find what you're looking for and then you ask for someone, that's different. But if someone greets you when you walk in the door, it's bad business to have them to take you right where you want, where what you want is, because you may see something else you didn't know you wanted and purchase that too on your way to getting to the thing that you were. I would
agree right when you're walking in,
Yeah.
but generally speaking,
I think retail logic would be to not tell people where stuff is right away, so they would look around and find something else. Anyway, love that store. And then right next to it is the retro store, which I got a rabbit T-shirt.
And
it's a rabbit T-shirt from Monty Python, of course.
What is it? The Rabbit of Carebog or something like that?
Yeah, I forget exactly what it's called, but it's it's not.
I picked up a Holy Hand Grenade of Antioch shirt, which has the instructions on the back.
Yes,
very nice.
Texter writes, "What is sturdy size?" Yes.
Yes.
That's
looking at it.
That's what sturdy size is. Also, and then we're going to get off the vacation stuff and get onto UFOs and things. But before we take our break, all right, I've seen all over the internet and people talking about, oh, Buc-ee's is the greatest thing in the world. I can't wait till there's a Buc-ee's here near us. So on our way down, which was on a Sunday, decided it's right near a turn that we have to make to head towards the beach. It's like, let's go over to Buc-ee's. There were like, the place was packed to the point where it's like, okay, is there a concert going on here or something? So we decided not to go in. So on the way back, I told Cameron, it's like, for show prep purposes, we got to go check it out and see if there are less people there on I think it was Wednesday.
Yeah.
And there were. And so we decided to go in and looked around. And I got to admit, and this happens a lot, I call it the Rob Brown method. I already decided I didn't like something before I actually went into it.
Oh no.
You
Yeah,
had
yeah.
bias?
Yeah, I did. So I was skeptical before I went in. But my skepticism was warranted. So went in, and a certain kind of clientele. Now, does it smell good in there? Yeah, it smells like jerky. Daggum, who doesn't like to smell jerky? The food smells good. They have like little pudding things and stuff. It looked like it would be really good. But here's what Buc-ee's is.
A lot of variety of beef jerky.
Yeah,
too.
yeah. We checked that out just to see how many different varieties there were. We lost
Like
count.
mesquite,
Yeah.
Korean barbecue.
Yeah, there's a lot of different barbecues in there for jerky. So here's what Buc-ee's is. Bless you. Buc-ee's is the Cracker Barrel store and QT fused together and expanded. That's all it is. It is not that big of a deal. Okay, yeah, there are beavers all over the place, and it's look, we got a mascot. Yay! The only thing that Buc-ee's has going for them is the best bathrooms I've ever seen inside of. I mean,
here's what they are. They're palatial.
They are. They're immaculate.
They have palatial bathrooms.
Yeah, yeah, and they have attendants too.
And it was so big.
Actually?
Yeah, they do. And it's like
they get paid a lot, by the way.
Yeah, yeah. They have the pay scale like on a banner. If you want to work there, how much a manager makes, how much all this. And yes, they all make more than we do. So it's you walk into the restroom, and you're like, oh, okay, all right. This is the nicest restroom I've ever been in inside of a public place ever in my entire life. I am 54, almost 55. It is the nicest restroom I've ever been in.
And I will also say, I think they had like 20 urinals, like all.
Yeah, and they're spaced out, and they're like it's what kind of, is that brick? Some kind, I don't know what the motif is, but it's palatial. That's the only thing you can. And
yes, welcome to the urinals of Versailles.
And though we did not go where the toilets were, there was a space in the back where all these different doors. I believe they had like the smoked glass kind of doors to them. And I can only imagine that inside of those were really nice too. So I will say,
should have inspected and seen if they were the most pristine porcelain thrones.
All right, Viper asked, "Did you tip the attendant?" No, I did not.
They make enough as is.
Yeah, it's I'm sorry, I'm not doing that. You know what? You chose to work in the bathroom. I'm not giving you extra money. Call me whatever you want.
Sir, did you wash your hands?
Yeah, dude.
No.
Yeah.
I did actually wash my hands.
Here's a tip. Don't work in the bathroom. But anyway,
it's good money.
So in the end, I think there are some people who just want to follow. There are some people who want to do something because they hear that it's cool. There are some people who want to say, hey, yeah, I did that too.
Some people just want to be in a beaver cult.
Yes. And that's what Buc-ee's is. But the bathrooms, dude, bathrooms are really nice. You're listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WORD, the voice of the Carolinas. We're continuing during the break on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook.
We could also say unwashed mass. Viper. Part of the unwashed masses. What the heck is a Joanna Gaines Magnolia collection?
Who's saying that?
Trey, did you try the brisket, the taffy, the beef jerky? Did you look at the selection of Chip and Joanna?
I did not know.
Oh, now I know.
I didn't know that they had a Chip and Joanna Gaines Magnolia collection. That's a game changer because I like them. What? Am I not allowed to like?
No, it's just odd for you to like that.
Why?
Because it doesn't make sense. I don't know why it doesn't make sense.
You watch it? That dude's hilarious. Chip Gaines is hilarious. He's a goofball while he's doing stuff.
Okay.
He'll put on like a football helmet and try to run through the wall as he's deconstructing places before he.
Okay, that actually sounds fun.
He's pretty cool.
Because I mean, if you're gonna do it, you need to do it right and have protection.
And she's a goofball like he is.
Huh.
Yeah. So I like it. I don't know that they're that country. If you're talking about Chip and Joanna Gaines, or are you talking about Buc-ee's? If you're talking about Buc-ee's, you're absolutely right.
Which is why we say it's
and
QT mixed with Cracker Barrel.
We walked in there and it was like I was back in Lawrence. I mean,
I immediately wanted to run.
Yeah, it's like
I felt like I was going to get
like everybody in here could be my neighbor.
Why do I feel the need to crawl back to my house?
Yeah, I saw that, Keith. I hope you had a blast. Oh, you're talking about Chip and her. I don't think they're that country. There's some other people in the Magnolia Network that are very country. The only problem with those shows is you watch those home improvement shows and go, man, that's really cool. I'd love to do that, but I can't afford that. And that's usually what it is. You can't afford it. You look at me all weird. I watched the end of Beat the Block or whatever it is. They have like 4 of their HGTV hosts or whatever, and they all compete they all have the same size house, and they each do a room, and then they compete, and one of them wins. And in the end, they've all redone a house, and it's like 4 different ways to do a house. It's pretty cool. You all right? Need someone to pat you on the back because we excel at that.
Don't worry, I know first aid.
Yeah, you don't want that. Yes, just don't want that. Keith, we did that last week. Matthew reviewed Spider-Man. We went on vacation and spent all our money, so we didn't go see it.
We broke.
That we are broke.
I might be one of the causes of that.
Yeah. Don't ask him how much he spent for the puppet.
Please don't.
It's one of those times when I'm trying to figure out what to squeeze in here, and I think we'll just go with the text line and the other stuff.
I've developed a hankering for dots.
By the way, I will tell you, Keith, that Matthew absolutely loved it. He gave a glowing review, which you can check out by going on to last week's podcast at odyssey.com, or you can check it out on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, because it's still up there. It was near the end of the show because we got busy.
Oh yeah,
as we tend to do.
The long and short of it is, if you haven't seen it, you should go see it. It's amazing. If you have seen it, go see it again. It's amazing.
So in conclusion, go see it because it's amazing.
Exactly. He gets it. He gets it.
It's almost like I Coolsville.
Welcome back into the Upstate Pulse. Lonzo, Matthew, and Cameron here. Tim is off today. They had to reschedule his daughter's birthday because a couple weeks ago they had scheduled it and had bad weather. So I am told there was supposed to be a bouncy house. And
then what are we doing here?
Why weren't we invited?
Well, because someone.
Why don't we do the show live from the bouncy house?
We could have did that. LexCorp's out of town. All I had to do was grab a Comrex.
There are no rules.
Yeah, we could have did it from the bouncy house, but let's face it. When you started, they don't let you in the bouncy house. Now, Matthew would have been in there having a blast.
I miss bouncy houses.
Yes. Yeah. I don't believe that I've ever really jumped in a bouncy house before. And you know what? I don't care.
Did that come
I had
after?
a birthday party as a kid at one of those places that's just big bouncy things. There's the big slides and the castles, all that kind of stuff. Just one of those places off of like Lawrence or something, I think. Not Sky Zone, but there was another one. I don't know if it's still there.
What, the kangaroo place?
Yeah,
maybe.
Okay,
I don't know. This was like 20 years ago.
Oh, okay,
so
it's probably not that. Yeah.
I was going to say, weirdly enough, there was something at PC like my first year. I've done bouncy castles and all that stuff when I was a kid. They had like inflatable stuff. They had like an obstacle course to go through.
Yes.
And like for orientation, it was like, all right, pick a partner. It was like me and like this short ginger girl. And I was like, don't worry, we got this. And I'm pretty sure we did pretty well, if I remember correctly. I was still in wrestling shape, so I was going through everything. I even jumped through like a little hole. I made myself into a cannonball and just like.
That's very, very.
Was she impressed?
Yeah, it's very anime.
Not enough.
Okay,
she's not impressed enough.
It was worth a shot. So it's,
as we all know, running through bouncy castles are the real ways to impress
yes,
women.
I figured that was the way to woo her.
And the fact that woo is the thing that you thought could be a problem. All right, so yeah, apparently, I guess I've never been in a bouncy house.
She had a good time.
I've never been in a ball pit either. So I mean, I think I've had to fish people out of ball pits before, but I don't think I've ever been in there. All right, we got a ton of texts. We got a ton of messages on the stream. Let's get to the text line first, which is 71307. If you want to text us Flaccid, go right ahead. We appreciate it. If you don't know what it is, do it anyway, because it's do it
for the bit.
It's nostalgia. All right, let's see. Texter says, I'm not looking at it. I'm on the radio. Talking about the fact that Cameron has a puppet.
You mean that Pappy is a puppet?
Pappy is a puppet now. Soon to be like, what's that?
He had his Pickle Rick moment.
What is that crazy doll from? I forget. It starts with an A. Text us 71307 from the Paranormal series. Anyway,
Anastasia?
No, I don't think that's what it is. I don't think that's what it is. I forget the name of it.
Oh my God.
But anyway, it soon will be that. Let's see. Texter says, I disagree that country music is easy. Here's the difference. Writing a blockbuster country song is hard, but easy to put music to it. Writing a blockbuster rock song is easy, but hard to play and create music for that blockbuster song. Agree to disagree. Let's see. Texter says, I call it Bucees. I don't know if I said anything wrong or not there. So if I did, I probably should dump myself since I'm having to produce my own. Texter says, remember when DirecTV guys would assault the Best Buy or Circuit City customers when they walk in the front door? Well, until if you got punched. It used to be that in a lot of places where they come up to you. Hey, can I help you? Hey, can I help you? Hey, can I help you? It's like, dude, leave me alone. Okay. You're going to make me leave. I'm not going to buy anything if you keep.
Can I tell you a story about something like that?
If you make it quick.
I will.
Not because I think it's boring, but because we have another break.
I was being accosted by several people, and I was just like, this one lady comes up and she's like trying to sell me something. I was like, you are aware that you're a honey trap, right? And she's like, what's that? And I was like, it's a thing where your boss sends you out because you're attractive and all that. They're trying to use you to get more sales. And she's like, what? And then she starts arguing with the other guys. I just leave. That
was a good move there.
It was really dirty on my part.
So you actually told her how pretty she was. And
yes, incite rebellion.
Yes.
I incited rebellion while flirting with her.
It's all about the chaos. All right. Texter writes, you're right on the bathrooms. Another one talking about Bucky's bathrooms. Another texter says, you don't like beavers, man. You need to check your priorities. I don't get that. Texter says, hey guys, shout out to Kid Flaccid. What's the situation with the bloodline? It's breaking up. Jay's got to make the decision to go with his bro Jimmy. He cannot go with Solo Sikoa. Let's see the bloodline ends. It was a great story, but it needs to end. Let's see. Texter says, Alonzo, they have paintings in women's restrooms at Bucky's, also furniture. And the one going to Georgia, coming back from Tennessee. Yeah, they had paintings on the walls leading into the men's restroom.
That was interesting, and they're all on sale. Like they all had price tags on them. That was weird for me, but it's just like, and I didn't check close enough to see if they were like, like the paintings and stuff that are like mass produced, or if it was like a local artist or something that like threw that up there.
It's kind of cool, I guess.
I know that there's a place close to downtown that does something similar.
It's because
on the name.
Guys are going to look at the wall rather than look other places. So why not put paintings there that are for sale? All right, a texter writes, sounds like you all have a certain kind of envy at Bucky's. No, it sounds like you're offended because you're a cultist.
Well, we apologize that we do not worship your beaver.
Yes. Let's see. Another texter says Alf when I was trying to think of the name, but no, the name of the doll is Annabelle. It's Annabelle.
Just imagine a horror movie with Alf.
Yeah. Well,
does he eat cats though?
He does. He eats cats. Yes.
I feel like that already exists.
It probably does.
Probably.
All right, we're gonna get to all your messages on the stream, but we need to take our final break of the hour. This thing goes by so quick, it really does. We're going to talk about UFOs and video games and stuff. We are eventually. You are listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WORD, the voice of the Carolinas. Cameron thinks I didn't see him shaking his head.
Please, I have a lot more game than that. I was making a joke.
By the way,
I was about to like, that's not flirting.
No. That was the whole point. Is that's not how that works. That was irony.
Okay.
Dude, trust me.
It wasn't very clear.
No.
So
I sold it really well. There was one point where I actually was legitimately, because she had a boyfriend and everything, so it was mostly just having fun and just being goofy.
all right.
so causing problems is being goofy.
Wasn't causing problems. What causes problems is
I'm not sure, Viper, if I've ever done slip and slide. They did exist when I was a kid, so I'm still not sure about the bouncy house. I mean, you could someone look up when the bouncy house was created.
Is that
I got enough stuff to do. I'm not yelling. It sounds that way, but I'm not. You know what, Viper? I forgot all about that. I'm going to do it tonight, though. Here's what I'll do, and you can see me doing it on camera. I'm going to go to my Spotify account, and I'm going to find it, and then I'll listen to it on the way home. Can't do it now because I get flagged.
I will say, Matthew, the one time I was actually trying to flirt with a girl around that time, because that's just coming to mind. There's like another orientation thing, like a rave or whatever.
Oh yeah.
I was actually having a good conversation with this one girl. Out of the blue comes this 5 foot tall guy from Ireland, like an actual exchange student from Ireland, breaking glow sticks and throwing them all over the place. And then it got all over my eyes.
Oh God.
And I was in mid-sentence. It was just like, I might have looked a little perturbed. I wiped my eyes. She was not there anymore. The dude was obviously very hammered. And I grabbed him and I questioned him vigorously as to why are you doing that? You could burn someone's eyes out. Do you have any idea what chemicals are in there?
Yeah, really.
No, Viper, that is not what made me sick. But I just put it on my thing, so I'm going to listen to it on the way
It was
home.
actually going well, and then you showed up. So I'm always on the lookout for when things are going well. Obviously, there's going to be a short Irishman to throw glow stick juice in my.
It's a short Irishman throwing glow sticks.
Look, it could be a different kind of short guy. It might not have to be.
Sometimes it's true. Sometimes they're Scottish.
Yes. Obviously, they're from the British Isles because they like to get crazy. He later apologized to me. That was funny on its own because I was the only one who could understand what he was saying. I was like sitting there with like 5 of my friends and we're having a conversation. And he was like apologizing vigorously. He said he got a little too sloshed and whatnot. I forgave him and like bumped into him a couple times. So it was just like, it was fine. It wasn't, but I chose to be the bigger man.
I'm used to being the bigger man because I'm sturdy. Welcome back into the Upstate Pulse. Alonzo, Matthew, and Cameron here on a Saturday night. If you want to be a part of the show, text us at 71307 or check us out on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, or Twitter. We are live every single week, and we were the first ones in the building to do it. Innovators. That's what we do. Who knows what we're going to come up with next? Especially like last week when we come up with that. I came up with the idea of doing kazoos for the or kazoos or whatever. Great kazoo or great kazoo. Is it kazoo you play or is it kazoo? We're going to be doing that next.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Some of the older audience got it. We're going to be doing that for the
that was a reference.
Upstate Pulse annual Christmas karaoke special. Yeah, I know this is June, but you know what? That's just it's what, 6 months away. So I do start planning this early because in order to top what we did last year, it's going to be very difficult.
It's the biggest show of the year for us.
We are coming up with ideas though, and we're going to have fun with that. Speaking of having fun, you know what next week is? Do you know what next week is, Cameron?
Yes.
What is next week?
Father's Day.
It is. See?
Yep.
There we go. And you know what's fun for Dad? Not a tie. Not I would say not taking him out to eat, but Dad likes that. He does. But what Dad really likes is pop culture. And you know where you can get Dad some pop culture stuff? That's at Borderlands Comics and Games, 410 South Pleasantburg Drive. Go over and say hey to Rob and all the guys over there and tell them, hey, my dad's into this. I'm not really, but can you show me where it is? And they'll take you right to it because they have it there, because they have manga there. They have statues. They have pops. They have action figures. They have graphic novels. Yes, they have comic books. They have retro video games. They've just got a ton of stuff.
And also retro toys too.
They do.
I've seen like some original like Star Wars merch over there.
Yeah, so maybe Dad has always talked about, when I was a kid, here's my favorite toy, and I never could find it. Stop by Borderlands Comics and Games. Got a good shot of finding it there, and if not, they'll try to find it for you. So check that out. Father's Day is next week. Take care of your dad. Get him something that he's going to like, not a tie. I mean, even if Dad works in the business world, I hear people downstairs wear ties. Is that true, Matthew? Have you seen anyone downstairs wearing ties? I don't go down there, so I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, so,
there's people downstairs?
Yeah, there is sometimes. Not today because it's Saturday. But yeah, so maybe Dad's into wearing ties, but if not, and even so, go to Borderlands Comics and Games and get him something really, really cool. All right, coming up in the next hour, we are going to be talking UFOs. Yes, there was a UFO sighting, whether you believe it or not. We're going to talk about that. We also are going to talk about Diablo 4 and some other video game stuff that came out. And we're going to talk about Secret Invasion. You can actually watch the first 5 minutes. It was pretty cool. I'm looking forward to the series. We're also going to be talking about a new rated R animated feature from DC, Witcher Season 3. We're going to talk about microtransactions, which is one of Matthew's favorite things. You are listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WORD, the voice of the Carolinas. We will continue the show on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter during the break. See if Viper gets it.
Let me preemptively say that no, I don't like microtransactions.
No, that's why I did that. You've already said that on the air.
I just want to make sure that nobody
I was being sarcastic.
Here's the thing. I feel like the audience understands
I feel like they did,
sarcasm.
but I just want to.
Here's the thing. If they don't, then they'll learn.
You know what I did? I used my sarcastic tone. Couldn't you tell?
I could tell, but some people can't pick up on sarcasm. I've known people that don't pick up
Yeah,
on
me too.
sarcasm.
That's so weird.
I mean, you earlier with the whole story about the bouncy house for me. So, yeah, you got your 50-50 right now. Never mind. I went like really unintelligible there for a second. I apologize for that.
You're right, Zach. We do know that Star-Lord will be back because it says so at the end of the movie.
Yes. The legendary Star-Lord will be back.
Yeah. Yeah, because wearing all that makeup, it's got to wear on you, day after day after day.
Yeah.
That's why Bautista didn't have to take his shirt off in this latest one.
Well, his character development was that he finally got over his nipples chafing. There's a lot of silence right there. Was you good? Gotcha. So hey, Matthew, I'm still here.
Yep, I'm aware.
So my question for everybody: when are we doing the puppet episode? All good shows have a puppet parody episode.
Yeah, see the problem with that, it's usually when shows are near the end of their run. They also do.
What do you mean?
Yeah,
that's not a thing.
Yeah, they do a puppet show and they also do an all musical show. But we've been doing that from the beginning.
We've been doing that for a while, so that doesn't matter.
That's been done since the beginning. So wait, there was horse racing today. Who knew?
Dadgummit. I could have,
Did you say Marcangelo?
No. Nah.
All right, so I apologize because I'm having to do everything. So I'm doing stuff right now, but I will get back to it in a moment.
Zach, to comment on something you were saying earlier about Gunn moving over to DC, I think he's going to do a good job because I really liked his version of Suicide Squad. I've liked a lot of stuff he's put out. Peacemaker was a little rough, but I like that too.
I'm now, believe it or not, texting with Rob Brown from the Rob Brown Show.
What an incredible name for a show, by the way.
I know. He rarely answers my texts, but he is at the Greenville Triumph game right now because I warned him that I renamed my country band Rob's Hat. So in case anyone said anything to him about Rob's Hat, I wanted him to know what it was.
Why would you warn him?
Because I'm a good friend.
I think it's funnier if he's just absolutely confused and has no idea what's going on.
Oh, it is.
They keep talking about my hat. I don't have a hat. Wait, I do have a hat.
Hey, Rob has all kinds of hats.
Yeah, I was about to say. That's part of his drip. No, I shouldn't be saying that, but it's more fun for me to say it.
Do you just hear things online sometimes and just recite them?
Yes.
That's what I do. But I'm old. So
here's the thing.
I have an excuse.
It makes my sister cringe a lot, so it's funny to me.
Fair enough.
I don't think you can have drip if you're wearing a t-shirt.
Look.
I'm just saying. Let's that t-shirt costs like $500.
Here's the thing. Drip is drip.
You usually call a plumber when you got drip going on. Or get a Kleenex.
The next D&D show. That is a good question.
Yeah,
that's a great question for Rob Brown of the Rob Brown Show. If you'd like to question where the next D&D show is, ask Rob.
Hey, listen, he's busy. Okay,
he got 27 jobs, man.
He's got 37.
37 jobs, man. I'm sorry.
A couple of them are in the off season though, so there's a chance.
Oh boy.
So what? He actually has 41.
One. It was like March, maybe.
It was a long time ago.
Yeah.
As we get back to our heroes,
so our characters
I don't know what we're doing.
Just been sitting there for months, going, dude, what are we doing? I don't know what's going on.
So we had the big.
Where'd those skeletons come from?
We had that big reveal with the skeletons. Really ought to talk about that. We scared the crap out of some dude in a house.
Anybody else wonder why, someone climbed up on the building and didn't tell anybody who was doing that?
Because he was getting a sight line on.
Yeah, it's called communication with your group.
There's no pleasing you, is there?
No. Remember my character.
Yes, I'm aware of your character.
You left me. You shouldn't do that.
I'm sorry. Next time we'll be hip to hip.
There we go.
and knee deep in bad guys.
Disgusting.
Hey, you should see the one time me and my boys got a little crazy in water deep. It's like strawberry jam all over the place. Awfully chunky.
Welcome back into hour number 2 of the Upstate Pulse, the Nerd Hour, which should be the third hour Nerd Hour. And no, I didn't ask about getting the third hour back this week because I was on vacation. I was at the beach, and LexCorp is on vacation, so I won't be able to ask about it this week. But next week when he gets back, after he gets everything under control, because he runs most of the upstairs, like a few days in, I'll go ask him again because, why not? Until he tells me stop asking, I'll keep asking. But you gotta pick your moments. You can't just bug someone because eventually they'll say, "Listen, you're not getting it. Go away." And I'd rather that that there's the opportunity, because I might catch him on a day where he goes, "You know what? Yeah, go ahead." It's happened before. It has. You just got to pick your moments. Speaking of picking your moments, all right, we played something for you earlier in the show. Should I play that again? I mean, I'm not going to do it right now, but I'll leave that up to the audience. Text line 71307 or Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, or Twitter. Should we play the country thing again? You won't hurt my feelings if you say no.
It's a new hour. It's a new show.
You're right. Some people are just tuning in. You're absolutely right.
Some people need to be made aware that there is a wonderful new album out for sale
by Rob's Hat.
By Rob's Hat. Yeah. You're
the band that we all are familiar with and love.
Yes.
Yeah.
Could not wait for them to put out a new album. And
I hear they're touring soon.
Well, here's the problem with Rob's Hat. They can't tour just yet because Purvis is in jail again. See,
tag on Purvis. Why can't he behave himself?
See, and a drummer is integral to a band, especially a country band, because they carry most of the music. Everything else is pretty much fill in for a country band. Purvis, he has this problem. He thinks every red truck belongs to him. So if he sees a red truck, he steals it, because he doesn't realize that he's stealing it. He's thinking he's just taking his truck back. The police don't see it that way. So Purvis back in jail again.
I think the police just don't get it.
They don't.
Hey, he's just a good old boy.
Yeah,
he's never meaning no
he's just
harm.
One of the guys.
He plays drums really, really well though. He's irreplaceable as far as the drummer for Rob's Hat. Got to have Purvis.
I think if the police understood that he's a really good drummer, they'd let it slide.
Maybe, but this has been, I think, 12 times that Purvis has been in trouble. So we'll see about playing that again for Purvis, because he ain't getting out of jail till they get the bail money. So we'll see about that, maybe in the next segment. All right, I'm not going to play the intro for Signs of the Impending Apocalypse, because this is some scary, real stuff for some people. For the people who think this is just ridiculous and this is just a political stunt to cover up things that are going on in the world. So suddenly there are UFO information that comes out and UFO sightings right when there are indictments and there are other things. But we don't like to go into politics. We're just going to strictly talk about them aliens. So the government is dealing with a whistleblower. Last week while we were on vacation, didn't know any of this because tried to stay off the grid, literally. A whistleblower came forth that said that the government actually has spaceships that had crashed here and are trying to reverse engineer them and things like that. And they have proof that aliens exist. Now, recently, they've declassified, some things and they've talked about aliens. The thing is, Matthew, do you believe the whistleblower is telling the truth?
Oh, no, absolutely not. He might think he's telling the truth. I don't know. But if so, then they might need to go see some psychiatric help.
So you don't believe that there are aliens?
No. If there were aliens here, we would know about it. And there would be nothing that our government could do to stop aliens. If they have the technology for interplanetary space travel, thinking that we could do anything is a joke.
All right, Cameron.
I'm 50-50.
All right. See, the thing is, a whistleblower comes forth putting his entire reputation on the line, whatever that would be. Maybe he just is doing it to get his 15 minutes of fame. Maybe he'll end up in an Epstein sort of situation. You don't know. Those things happen. I don't. I part of me believes it, and it's because of my imagination. Because it's no secret I believe in God. I do, and I get the arguments from some Christians saying the Bible says God created man in His own image. Yeah, but it doesn't say they didn't create. I mean, created animals, created all this. I do believe that there's life out there. I do, and I do believe that there's a possibility that they have visited this earth. There's also a possibility of time travel eventually. Almost everything that's come up in a science fiction novel or in a movie or a series, someone finds a way to make it happen. Just about everything. All the stuff, all the inventions we've had just because of Star Trek, like the communicators that are now our computers in our hands with our phones. There's so many different things that science fiction has thought of that real science has decided, hey, I saw that in a movie. I wonder if I can do that. So because of that, there's a part of me that still believes that it's a possibility. Maybe these aren't aliens. Maybe these are people coming back in time. Maybe there is such thing as another dimension. And if so, they're interdimensional beings. There's so many, but I can't be closed off completely and say that there's no possible way. Because those are the people that if it does happen, will have a breakdown because in their mind, they cannot believe it's possible. And suddenly a ship crashes and there's like 8 foot tall people with big eyes or beings with big eyes and large mouths in your backyard, and you're making a 911 call. And then the police are showing up, which happened this week in Vegas. And there's body cam footage of someone who's, I gotta say, I don't entirely believe that that's a cop with the body cam footage. This, I believe, is a hoax. I believe the 8 foot tall people with the big eyes and stuff is a hoax. Just because I watched the body cam footage and I don't believe it's a real cop. Without the body cam footage, part of me would have believed that yes, aliens actually crash landed in Vegas because the lights, man. I mean, they're flying around the country. There's a lot of lights there, I understand. And they probably were like, ooh, I wonder what that is. And then, they got too close to something, got buzzed by a drone or something. It took them down. But then the body cam footage comes out. It doesn't sound like a real cop. It just doesn't. Doesn't even sound like a TV cop. Have you?
I've not seen this footage.
Yeah.
It does just kind of sound like a guy.
Yeah.
I don't have to see the footage to guess that it's 99% chance it's fake.
It's not about seeing the footage. It's about hearing the guy talk.
Oh, yeah.
And you never see it's body cam. How you go, unless he looks in a mirror or something.
Well, the other thing is like they talk about like the light that came down and all that.
He's
stuff.
like,
you don't see any of the figures.
Well, I wouldn't be over here, but one of the other officers said he saw the light come down. And so I had to come and check it out. That's basically what he says. But it doesn't sound like a cop. Not that I've had a lot of interactions with a lot of cops, although there are some that are listening to the show right now.
Maybe he was just a very personal dude.
Could be. Well, that's one way. I mean, if someone's freaked out, you go up and I guess you're personable with them. So what do you guys think? Text line 71307 or Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, or Twitter. Do you believe in UFOs? And if so, did you believe that one crashed in Vegas?
It would be funny is if like mostly like any of like the crashes or anything like that happen, it's just a whole bunch of aliens that are like on vacation.
Yeah.
They just veer off and they just keep screwing up their trajectory and all that. It's like, oh God, we're on Earth again.
Or maybe the Earth is a zoo of lesser beings that they come and check it out every once in a while.
No,
and sometimes they get
slums.
Yeah, well,
it's the backwater.
I would rather. I still believe that we're more of a zoo than a backwater.
Oh God, we're on that planet with the space orcs again.
Yeah. So they're just out checking it out. They're sightseeing, and every once in a while, a gust of wind, a microburst. I mean, they happen all the time. You can have the best technology, and then a microburst hits you, boom, you're down. Suddenly you're down in Vegas, you're getting out, you're looking at these little human things, and suddenly you go, oh crap, you get back into your vehicle, hit the cloaking device, and you're out. I mean, Viper says they just had to come and fix a camera. Yeah, when a camera's down, someone's got to come. So maybe it was just maintenance. That's all it was.
Of course,
these guys were just maintenance. And they had to come down and fix something, and maybe one guy bumped the other guy, and it caused the thing to go into and crash. Why? I'm just picturing two Saiyans. I don't know why. That's what I know. They're not 8 foot tall.
If it was Saiyans, we'd be dead right
now.
it would be.
Yeah, probably. Well, depending on what kind of Saiyans, unless one of them bumped their head and suddenly didn't realize what their mission was. Texter says,
Vegeta, we probably shouldn't have been playing bumper cars with the pods again. Right?
Yeah. Viper says Nappa. Yeah,
Vegeta. Remember the bug planet Vegeta?
Yeah, Nappa's not the guy you want to see.
Shut up, Nappa.
Texter says, play that band again. I want my sister Bonnie Sue to hear it. Okay. We'll take care of that. Come out next break. We'll play it again.
Yeah, we'll play it for Bonnie Sue.
She needs it.
Yeah.
Also, Tex writes, I'm 50-50, would like to see one. I don't know if I want to see one or not. I mean, even though that I believe that the truth is out there, even though I believe that aliens probably exist, not sure I want to meet one. And here's the thing. Maybe I already have. I mean, maybe I already have. And maybe you already have.
I can assure you have not met any of these aliens. I am a human, just as you.
Yeah, see, that's the thing.
Well spoken, Matthew.
That's the thing. Maybe they have some sort of device that changes their features to make them look like one of us. Maybe you work with one. I've seen Men in Black. Maybe that's all truth. They put that out there to soften the blow when finally a politician walks out, pulls his wig off, and there he is with the big eyes going, hey, been here all along, dude.
Fine, you're right. Some of us are lizard people, okay?
Yes, we are. That doesn't mean we're bad. We're just lizard people. That's all.
We're the same as you, but scaly.
So, Cameron, do you believe the whistleblower? I know I asked you about UFOs.
As far as like holding, here's the thing. I can see every possibility that they do because it's the question is, when did they crash? Is it more of a question of like, was there more spacecraft that crashed like early on, like before we had like the digital era and all that stuff? Like now it'd be really hard to cover up.
But here's the thing, we believe that if aliens do exist, they're a higher form of intelligence. All their vehicles, maybe they're driving around in a jalopy. What they would consider a jalopy for an alien craft, and like the carburetor goes out or something. Boom, they're down in Vegas. What do? I mean, advanced.
Well, Lord, I guess we got to go and gamble some until they pick us up.
Yeah, advanced societies and technologies, they still have like something go bad in their vehicle. I mean, what do?
Would the culture be so different in an alien society to where they're not like? Would it be so rigid to where they're more? I don't know. What's the right way to say this? Do you get what I mean? It's just like we'd assume that they'd be so weird and like such a different culture compared to us, but maybe they'd just be like us to a degree, just have access to much better technology.
Well, the other thing is that thanks to science fiction, which I was talking about earlier, most aliens are out to take over this world. Maybe they're not. Maybe they're just, as we said earlier, just sightseeing.
The only sample that we have for what intelligent life would be like is ourselves. So we only have ourselves to base that off of. And a sample size of 1 is not a scientifically large enough sample size to judge anything. So
nope.
If aliens exist out there, they could literally be anything.
They could be just as chaotic as we are, or they could just be like, why do you do the things that you do?
I think that they would question why we do the things that we do.
You're assuming that they're probably very intelligent and all that. I don't
think you have to be very intelligent for that.
No.
Or maybe they are very intelligent and very patient, and they're waiting for mankind to destroy the earth so they could take it over without a fight. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. Do you believe? Do you not believe? Text line 71307, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, or Twitter. When we come back, we're going to play that thing again just because a couple people said they didn't hear it. So you're listening.
Play that funky music.
No, actually it's the opposite of that. You listen to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WORD, the voice of the Carolinas. It's a weird thing. I hope that's not an old promo. It's a weird thing because you may not believe, but you may. It's hard to find the words. Not believe. I mean,
you might leave the door open for.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It could.
I'm not gonna come out and say aliens are real. All you doubters are wrong. I'm not gonna say that. I'm just leaving the possibility open that if they came out and proved that aliens existed, I'd be like, okay.
The statistical chances of planets that exist that can support life as we know it is extremely high. The biggest question is how common is life itself? How common or likely statistically is it for life to emerge from nothing as we understand it from a scientific sense?
Yeah, and maybe life supporting planets are like way far away from us.
Yeah.
Like we're in a nice little pocket where it's just us.
No, but who knows?
Or we're just like marbles.
And there's so many different things that could be confirmed from things like aliens existing, because the cosmic scale, especially time-wise, is so vast that the chances of two scientific civilizations emerging and interacting with each other is actually unbelievably tiny. So if we found the fossils of an ancient scientific civilization, that would be one of the worst things we could ever discover, because that basically says we're going to die. Our entire society and civilization is going to die.
Not necessarily.
Just because one civilization failed doesn't mean the next one will.
Well, it's not guaranteed, but it's very likely.
Well, and the other thing is that means that there are civilizations that are way ahead of us as far as technology goes, and they could do anything that they want to a degree. No. They could have just gotten to the point where they're all just pacifists and are just really fat and just being waited on by robots.
No.
Yeah, robots.
Brings us to another apocalypse topic. So, Pappy the Puppet, what are your thoughts on this? No comment.
You know, Pappy, the immortal being, I feel like if anyone among here is an alien, it's him.
Or he was cursed.
By an alien.
Maybe.
The truth is very complicated. But I will say, Matthew, I was born between the Tigris and Euphrates River. I'm actually an ancient Mesopotamian. I don't talk about it a lot.
Hey, Diablo 4 is in the UFC ring.
Yeah.
Take that, Zelda. Don't see Zelda in the UFC ring.
Get some blood on the logo.
The sponsorship's down on it's like right over there.
Yeah, they're getting around to it.
Yeah, well, no, they're showing a different camera angle. It's on the other side.
Oh, Matthew, did you see so there is a Diablo 4 billboard in New York.
Oh, yeah.
And because New York is having the problems with the wildfire, like the smoke and all that stuff from Canada coming down, it paints a really, really bad picture with that billboard.
Oh, no.
I would like to say, I know I shouldn't fire in first, but I had a moment where a kid was talking about how good he was at math. I almost quoted this. It's infectious.
It is, because Gabriel's right. Math is the key to the universe.
Yes.
Welcome back into the Upstate Pulse on a beautiful Saturday night. Thank you for listening to us. If you're in North Carolina or Georgia or right here in South Carolina or around the world, we got some people from Ohio watching. We've had people from England and Scandinavian countries and, stuff like that. Why? Because we're live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter, as well as at 98.9 on your dial here in South Carolina, North Carolina, and Georgia. And you can get us on the Odyssey app and listen for free. You can download that for free, and you can listen to us for free, because who would want to pay for this stuff? Well, our wives and moms and, stuff like that, maybe. But anyway, there was something that we played in the first hour. It is no secret that I do not like country music, but I had an incident at the beach while on vacation where some Yahoo, and I'm going to keep calling him a Yahoo because I know it was a dude. I know he was a Yahoo and I couldn't see him, but I guarantee you he was wearing cutoff shorts and a muscle shirt and was quite hairy. Because those are what
you're talking short shorts, or are you talking just like cut off?
No, he didn't go to, well, maybe at first they weren't, but he grew sturdier and they became shorter.
They suddenly became Daisy Dukes.
Yes, they became that. Decided to play country music at the beach, which ruined my reading time. Reading the latest Dragonlance novel by Margaret Weiss and Tracy Hickman, been pretty good so far, but I don't think I've read anything by them that wasn't good. So I'm inspired by different things, and I was inspired by this. And for those of you who heard this and hated it and don't want to hear it again, sorry. I mean, last time I played it, like half our listeners went away on stream. But you know what?
Let's see those views tank.
Yeah, I want to see if this is a normal thing now. It fluctuates. It comes and goes. But you get some pappies, so there's that.
You missed them, but now they're back. Rob's Hat, the band that took the country world by storm, just dropped their latest hit album. She's easy like country music.
Hey, y'all, this is Lonnie from Rob's Hat. Please buy our new album, because our drummer Purvis done stole another stinking red truck, and we need bail money. Thank you.
This album is bound to be a hit at your barbecue, bail hearing, or bar mitzvah with tracks like She's Easy Like Country Music, She's Not My Girl, She's My Bartender.
She's not my girl, she's my bartender. I am the man, I'm not a pretender. She's not my girl, she's my bartender. But at 2 a.m. I am him, the guy that's gonna win her.
Double wide love in a single wide. Lychees in my breechies. Storm clouds.
Storm clouds on the horizon. Wind upon the plain. To feel and smell and look there is. Right before the rain.
Waffle House Serenade and Overcompensation.
Mid-size, half-size, extended cab with rag tops. B6, B8, gimme that just won't stop. Pocket space too small, we'll park that truck sideways. It's not the motion of the ocean, it's the capsize these days. You can try to hide it, but you won't hear what you're saying. The parking lot's full and you're just truck compensated.
Order now and get absolutely free Pappy Does Show Tunes. The beautiful vocal stylings of the one and only Pappy will delight audiences everywhere with his magnificent renditions of Danny Boy.
Oh, Danny Boy, the pipes are gone.
Toyland, Memory from Cats, Jelly Roll Blues, Hello My Baby.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime gal.
Lady Marmalade, and many more.
Gitty, da. Gitty, yeah. Mocha chocolata, yeah. Creole lady marmalade. Voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir? Voulez-vous coucher avec moi? Voulez-vous coucher avec moi? Moi, baby. Wait a second. Wait, that means what?
Pick up or download She's Easy Like Country Music from Rob's Hat today. Venmo your money to hashtag Purvis Loves Red Trucks. Purvis will be waiting in jail. Seriously, dude? Again?
So there you go. We played it twice today. We may never play it ever again. I got to say, my favorite part is the Voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir because Pappy struggles with French.
Pappy does not do well with French.
It's not Creole, it's Creole. And
look, he has that twang. The twang has been stuck on him since the 1800s.
And also shout out to my daughter for doing the she's going to hate me for saying this, for doing the backup, the high stuff in the backup of Lady Marmalade with Pappy.
She did a great job.
She did.
Oh yeah,
she did. She absolutely did. So there you go. And hey, there's more to come as long as they allow us to do it. When the boss is out of town, we can do stuff like that. You know what else we can do? We can take our next break. When we come back, we're going to hit the roundtable. We'll talk some video games and a ton of other things. You, yeah, I'm talking to you. Driving that blue Vega. Hard to believe that thing still rolls around, but we're so glad it does. Thank you for listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WORD, the voice of the Carolinas. I'm going to now explain to Cameron and Matthew what a Vega is.
Thank you, because I have no idea what you're talking about.
It's a car. Look up Vega.
Oh,
Look
not the fighter from Street Fighter, not Vega from Street Fighter.
There's a Vega in Street Fighter?
Yeah, he wears a mask. Yeah, he uses a claw weapon.
Oh, that guy. Okay, yeah. I know that.
He has a ponytail.
Yep. I should know him.
I assume he's French.
I know anybody who has a ponytail.
Yes, I think. I'm pretty sure.
He would know what voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir means.
He would.
Yes.
Because he's
Do you
a
know
hussy.
what voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir means, Matthew?
Nope. I don't speak French.
Should I tell him?
So back in 70s, 80s, and even now, bands will throw in a foreign language intertwined with, regular English, and people will sing along and they have no idea what they're singing. And no one will actually look into it to find out what it is.
The fools.
Was it something they threw in that was just really bad or really stupid to get people to sing it?
No, it's Will You Sleep With Me Tonight?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now think of that, but think of me singing that.
All right, so
put those two things together.
ELO does a song called.
Not gonna think about that.
ELO does a song called "Hold On Tight to Your Dreams," and they have French in that. The Beatles back in the day, Michel Maybell had French in it. I haven't really looked up to see what the French was. So French is pretty big as far as that goes.
It's one of those things of French, I believe, is considered a romance language.
It is a language of love.
I was once told that someone thought German was that, and I questioned her sanity.
No.
All it sounds, even in its nicest way of being spoken, is just angry speaking. It is one of the angriest languages I've ever heard.
I
mentioned
a joke about that to a friend who actually speaks German, and they were like, "No, that's not. That's bad German. That's the German that people that don't know anything about German speak, apparently." So
evidently, that's all I've heard.
Yeah.
And it's either, and as far as German accents, it's either incredibly masculine or it's very high pitched.
No,
I have not heard the difference. Maybe I've just been surrounded by cartoon Germans.
Maybe.
We're not
I think
surrounded,
my favorite
but
thing that I have heard about German, though, is the fact that when they take words and put them together into bigger concepts, instead of having new words for that, they just shove the words together.
Yes.
And they just say them together like that really fast. And it's really funny to me.
Huh. Did not know that, Trey. You learn something every stinking day, don't you?
That's 800-712-9910. 800-712-9910.
Why are you messing with the fence? You know about the reality. Don't run fantasy, okay?
The Upstate Pulse presents the Nerd Roundtable.
Allow me to alert.
Because the guys from your high school debate team need to lay the smackdown.
Are you familiar with the Drake equation? The one that estimates the odds of making contact with extraterrestrials by calculating the odds of increasing the sugar series fractional values, such as S stars to planets, and those planets likely to well apply. N equals R times FB times NB times FL times FI times SC times L. You might want to get out your tape recorder, because it's going to be historical about
All right, it's time for the Nerd Roundtable. Before we get to that, a few texts and messages on the stream. Also, we're going to fuse video games and Nerd Roundtable because it's whatever I say it is.
They belong there.
Yeah, well, they do. All right, so on the stream, let's see. Chris says now T2 is an alien, a feral predator. No, he's not. He's actually artificial intelligence. That's why he debunks any AI story because, he was sent here maybe by alien overlords who are supplanting humans with actual AI. It's possible.
An alien robot.
He is. He possibly could be. You're a daggum synth. Let's see.
But you have to say that with a Boston accent.
Yeah, well, I decided to go Southern. It was from Fallout 76.
Good point. It would be like East Coast, right?
Yeah,
East Coast Sense.
Yeah, it would be.
That sounds like a band name.
Yeah. Trey says Rob's hat is way better than Air Supply any day. Any day.
Daggum right.
Chris says I like the Lady Marmalade cover song. So do I. I really enjoyed that. Let's see. Chris also says Rob's hat needs to go on tour. Be careful what you wish for. Rob has already said backup lead singer, and then once I prove we can do it, I said I'm going to quit and he's going to take over. So there we go. I'm just going to do, the first country hit we have. I'm going to walk up on stage and say, thank you all for being here. I told you country was easy. I'm going to break my mic and walk off the stage. Then Rob's going to step up and he's going to take over the band. That's how we're going to do it. We've already
going to slam the mic. How exactly do you plan on breaking the mic?
Well, I can break a mic.
I believe you can.
Yeah, I could break a mic, man. I
don't
do
know
that.
why. I just imagine you just snapping the mic stand.
I will alert the sound engineer before I throw the mic down so they'll be aware so it doesn't, hurt anybody's ears or anything because I love producers. All right, Trey says in Billy Idol's song Eyes Without a Face, the lady singer is singing the title in French. So we were talking about on the stream about how many singers and bands put French into their songs and people sing along and have no idea what it's saying. And there are other songs like that, like Amadeus and anything by Falco. Not Shane Falco, but Falco, the singer of the band, the Falco. He might just be a dude. I don't know.
Are you talking about the bird?
Yeah, that's it. Viper Dave says German is beautiful because we were talking about whether German was a language of love and not French. And then Viper Dave says, what's more believable, aliens being real or us living in the Matrix? Yes. All right, let us get to the roundtable. The first thing I want to talk about is Diablo 4. Cameron and I have spent a lot of time on Diablo 4. We've only been kicked off really one time, and that's when we were playing together online, and everybody got kicked off.
Yes.
So it wasn't just us. It was everyone across the world got kicked off.
Because they needed to rent out more servers.
Yeah, because everyone's playing this game. And I know, listen, we have this back and forth about Zelda and Diablo, but for right now, Diablo is going to win until something else comes out. And if it's as good as we hope it is, it might supplant that too. So we will go ahead and review Diablo 4. I'm a level 40. Cameron's a little bit higher. He can tell you about that. I've only made it through part of Act 2 out of 4 acts. I got one more boss to beat and I will finish Act 2. So many side missions, so many different ways to go. This is a game, and Matthew can speak to this too. I don't know if you like this or hate this. I know Chris always had a problem with this. It's open world, but the other problem is the skill tree is so vast that it's hard to come up with a good build because there are some things that you like to do, but you're only going to get so many points because the level cap's at 50. So you get 50 points plus extra points you can get from, doing side missions and things like that. 2
points per region. So it's like 60 points in total.
Yeah. So have you ever had a problem with a game where the skill tree was so big that it took you a couple times, or maybe you had to look up the best build?
No, but I'm a little bit of a special case in this because part of the fun in things like RPGs for me is literally spending just hours researching and theory crafting build ideas and optimizing things because I find that fun. So that's me, and I'm weird like that, I guess.
Well, see, one of the things that I do, because I really am a tank in real life, and I like to play as a tank on whatever game that I'm playing on. So I'm playing as a druid, and you could play a druid as a tank. Problem is the other characters all move so much faster than him. or her, because you can play a male or female character. They move so much faster. And it's trying to figure out the kind of build, because I like using a weapon, having summons, things like that, but not actually using magic as a druid, other than the summoning of a couple things. As I'm getting to further levels, more legendaries are starting to drop, and you can take some of the attributes off the legendary and put it onto something else to enhance other attacks or other things, which I'm starting to do. But it's more difficult for me because I almost always in a game like this pick a tank character, and I struggle where other people will go with like the rogue. Cameron and I are playing together, and I'm playing as a rogue. I'm playing as a female character. She seems to be like 50% faster than what the druid is. And it makes sense.
Yeah, rogues book it.
It makes sense from a character standpoint that the rogue would be fast, would be stealthy, would be all those things. But it's so noticeable on playing the game. And I feel like the rogue is just as strong as a druid. And the druid and the barbarian, I do believe, should just be tanky and automatically strong. But it comes down to how you build it in your tree and how you enhance all your stuff and all your skills. And it always seems to be my first playthrough is so much more difficult because my build is the way you should not build.
I was going to say, it sounds like you're just building bad.
Yeah, I am. I absolutely am. I can't fix it. I've been doing it since the beginning of video games. Lonzo has built things the wrong way. And I can say that because, I was around when Pong started and been playing games ever since.
I was there at the beginning.
Yes, I was there. I was there when it all began. Chris says armor tank builds are the best. I love playing as a tank. Now, as I'm getting into later levels, I'm starting to get a little bit better at it, but there's still a couple things. There's these tree things that always tear me up. And these guys with buster swords, basically, they look like, I think they're like minotaurs or something. Those guys always hack me up. So overall, right now, I'm loving the game, but I'm a fan of the franchise already. I loved every one of them, even 3, the one that people complained about the most, but still people are playing to this day. They were until 4 came out. But I love the game. I look forward to playing it even more. I look forward to beating it as a druid, then going with something faster and zooming through and beating it the second time because it's an easier build. So Cameron, what's been your experience so far?
Oh, I've absolutely loved this game. This is so far my game of the year. Playing as I always love playing as a necromancer. Necromancer is my favorite class in the entire series of Diablo. I love being able to summon up my little skeleton army and then mixing and matching, doing skills and everything that go with that. And the build I have right now focuses on making enemies vulnerable, and like everything I have does extra damage to vulnerable enemies, including my skeletons. So I do that. I hit them with that. The skeletons themselves cause like these corpses to form, and I just do corpse explosion. Just like I can hold down the button and just blow up stuff for like a solid minute. And it's so much fun to do. The story, in my opinion, is one of the strongest that they've had. I feel like it's better than 3. And just to say, I love 3. I really did like 3, especially the Reaper of Souls expansion. That was fantastic. It is done in a way to where like expands the lore and everything and honors certain things that have happened in the past and isn't quite as upfront with you as other Diablo games have been. Because everything else with that were very obvious. Find big bad prime or lesser evil, kill big bad prime or lesser evil. This one has been very windy as far as like trying to figure out what the main bad guy is after, and I really like that. It's just like, and it's one of those things of like you could guess it's one thing or the other, but you don't quite know. I don't know yet. I'm in Act 5.
Yeah, I don't know either, and I've managed to stay away from spoilers. And the thing is, the cutscenes are brutal.
Yes,
and they're very well done. Probably
do not let kids play this game.
Probably the best cutscenes of any Diablo game so far.
And they've done a really good job of putting your character in there.
Yeah.
And like whenever I've seen like my necromancer in there, it's like, man, my boy looks good.
All right, so I have a question for Matthew because he's been all over the place. Did you ever get to go to E3?
No, I've never been to E3.
Okay. Did you want to go? Because I kind of
sounds cool, I guess, but at this point, E3 is such a shell of what it used to be. It doesn't matter anymore.
It was canceled again this year, so it's probably gone forever.
Yeah,
but
if it comes back, I don't care.
But instead, now they have Summer Game Fest, which is going on right now. Now tomorrow is the Xbox Game Showcase, and I'm looking forward to that because I have an Xbox. I have the Series X, but I also have a PS4. I don't have a 5 yet because I'm not rich and I don't need it yet. There isn't a game, but there's one coming that I may have to get a 5 for. There's been some. What is the best game announced so far that you've seen, Cameron, from Summer Game Fest?
Oh boy. Honestly, Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, Spider-Man 2, supposedly you can play either as Peter Parker or Miles.
The thing with me though is I got the remastered Insomniac Spider-Man for Christmas on PC, and now I'm just wondering when are they going to do the PC port for the Spider-Man 2? That's my main question for that, because I don't know if I'm going to buy a PlayStation 5 for that, since they are also putting other PlayStation games on the PC.
Well, my thing is Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, the next chapter is coming out in 2024, but supposedly only for PS5. So next year I may have to get a PS5 because the first part of the Final Fantasy VII remake, really, really good. I had a lot of fun with it, but it's so limited. There's some things you can't do yet until you get through the second game. And I was waiting for that, and it's not going to be till next year. So tomorrow, also at the Xbox Games Showcase, direct after it is Starfield Direct. So that's the next big game for me after Diablo. I'm probably going to be playing Diablo all summer. Then Starfield comes out, which is supposedly Fallout in space, supposed to be 1,000 planets that you can explore. Really looking forward to it.
I can't wait to fall straight through the planets and get reminded that this is a Bethesda game.
Come on. They'll fix it after a couple months. So, in the beginning,
you mean that the fans will mod fixes in, right?
No. I think they will fix it after it's, and maybe they put it off to fix it. So maybe the launch will be better than some of the other ones have been, because Fallout 76 was not good when it first came out, but it's better. I started enjoying it later on, including the great Mogwai incursion of 2021, I believe it was.
Yes, when there was 20 Yagwai just trying to kill us.
Yeah, the Yagwais. I said Mogwai, and that's Gizmo.
That would have actually been funnier.
Yeah, that would have been.
Happy
maybe,
just shooting a lot of Mogwai.
No,
would have been hilarious.
No, that's disturbing. yeah. Unless they're like Stripe and they've already ate food after
blood
midnight.
Count as far as like water.
Yeah,
like after like midnight.
It does. Blood does have water in it. I don't know. I never really thought about that. Yep. That's a great question for the Nerd Roundtable. So you're not supposed to spill water on Mogwai. What if blood spills on a Mogwai because it has water in it? Would that also cause more Mogwai to come about? And if so, would they be blood Mogwai?
Blood Gwai.
That's really deep, bro.
Blood gremlins.
Really deep, bro.
Basically they just turn into the Fallen from Diablo.
No. All right. We are going to take our final break.
Yeah.
When we come back, we're going to hit the lightning round, try to squeeze in a ton of things, including microtransactions. You're listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on 98.9 WORD. News Talk 98.9 WORD, the voice of the Carolinas. Did you get it? Did you get the bug? Someone done brought in a bug. It is weird seeing a bug in this building. I mean, happens every once in a while. You don't really think about it till you see one. It's like, I don't normally see bugs in here. That's weird.
I have the same reaction in my house, and my cat immediately kills it.
It is a cat of death.
She's my little assassin, and I love her. It's like moths. She just will play with them. And it's like, it's cute, but it's kind of horrifying. It's like, just kill
Especially
it.
if you're the moth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how you get the Falmer. Do you want to get Falmer? No, no. I prefer the snow elves as they were.
You know, I like the chitin armor. Yeah, let's let that civilization like marinate for a bit so I can get their goods and then destroy them.
Oh no.
See, that's the benefit of being immortal. You get to wait on things. You might think, Pappy, that's morally reprehensible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Admittedly, probably going home tonight to play some more Diablo 4. Who knows? Maybe I'll finish Act 2.
I finally got a horse too.
I'm scared to death of that. The boss. It's like I'm just going to avoid him for a while and just find other stuff and build my character a little bit more before
You're just
I
gonna
get
let
out
that
of
town burn.
Well, it's also the storyline is messed up. And I
Yes.
yeah.
Every single act has been messed up.
Yeah,
Trust me.
is Lilith a good guy? I mean,
No.
she's not, but at the same time, I don't know.
Here's the thing. There are no good guys in any of
Yeah.
this. Like Inarius, also not a good guy.
Well, for sure.
Primeval's, definitely not.
But he and Lilith were a couple.
They were.
That's how
We're stuck in
Sanctuary
a
was
marital
created.
dispute.
Yeah. Snow elf, my least favorite elf. The Falmer, I don't like the Falmer, but I mean, and the one guy
Christopher, how do you
created
feel about Dwemer?
the one snow elf created the whole prophecy just because he was a vampire and he wanted to be. Yeah, that was kind of messed up. The first time you get there, you're like, what? That dude's a vampire. He created that whole prophecy just to get all that to happen. That was pretty elaborate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dawnguard, it was a good plot.
I don't know, Trey. That's an interesting thought.
Does it take on the properties of whatever you spell on?
Yeah, that's I mean, you know. So how much water does it take? What if you spit on a Mogwai? I mean, I don't know why you would.
Why would you spit on a Mogwai?
Stripe.
That's just mean.
You spit on Stripe. Stripe was a punk.
He was.
Why would you make your pet green? It's weird.
Easier to spot.
Okay, I suppose.
Oh, in an urban environment.
Yeah.
Not so great out in the country.
Yeah, because you wouldn't find them. It's like, was he here?
Trey, calm it down.
Lightning can only strike twice so many times.
All right, time for the lightning round. We squeeze in as many stories as we possibly can. Trey on the stream wants to know, what if you spit Kool-Aid on a Mogwai? Would it say, oh yeah? Would it have diabetes? I don't know. It's an interesting question.
There'll be a lot of gremlins causing a lot of structural damage.
I mean, I think the whole thing with Mogwai has never been fully explored as far as there are lots of liquids that have water in them. Did it specifically have to be water for the thing to happen? I mean, the food wasn't specific. It didn't say a certain kind of food. It was any food. So if anything that has water in it, will it cause the Mogwai to replicate? And if so, what would the replications look like? Would they be different according to the liquid? These are things that you need to ask everyone that you know. Everybody that you know. Matthew's about to pass out from the possibilities.
It's crazy.
Yeah. See, I could tell.
I can't even.
Yeah, he can't even.
He can't even.
He can't even. So that's how, some people can't even deal with the fact that 50%, around 50% of gamers are women. You know what? I don't care. I don't care. A lot of there are supposedly, and I haven't seen any of them, but I'm not on Twitch as much as as other people. Or Switch. I'm not as Twitch or Switch or
You had it right the first
yeah,
time.
I did. Or Mitch or yeah. I'm not going any further.
And I'm not going to comment.
Why do some people care when a girl's playing a game? See, the thing is, I think a girl wrote that article saying that there are guys upset about girls being gamers. I don't think and this is, maybe it's because I'm an optimistic person. I don't think there's that many guys that really care that the girls are gamers.
The ones that do care are extremely vocal, though, and it's a
they're probably
very
like
toxic environment.
they're probably like 12. I mean, they're still thinking they're thinking about cooties. They're not thinking about, oh, that's a gamer girl. She's into what I'm into, which is what they should be thinking, and just not be too forward because that's ridiculous. Speaking of gamer girls, there is a girl who spent 51,000 euros on a mobile phone game, which equals $64,000. She was at a boarding school and she had a phone, and somehow she got her mom's passcode to her debit card. And she kept buying stuff for a mobile phone game. Her friends found out, supposedly, that she had that, and they bullied her, supposedly, into buying microtransactions for them too. Spent her mom's entire life savings on microtransactions.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh.
Would she have a home to come home to? Maybe not because of foreclosure or something.
Yeah,
Maybe, I mean 64,000. But here's the thing. So the mom didn't figure it out till $64,000 was gone. You don't check your account like weekly at least to find out, hey, how come there's $1,000 missing? I mean, I think it's one of those stories where I'm not entirely believing it. All right, the new Twisted Metal clip is out. You need to check it out if you've ever played the game, which I didn't, but I know what it's about. Samoa Joe, who's a wrestler, is playing the evil clown. What's he called? I don't know what he's called, but he's an evil clown. And he's beating up Anthony Mackie, who's the star of the show. And then they start singing the thong song. And it's pretty good. You should check it out.
It's weird bonding.
Yes, it really is. Also, Secret Invasion, you can watch the first 5 minutes of it if you find the secret code. And if you just Google the secret code, everyone will tell you what it is. You can watch the first 5 minutes. It's pretty good. I don't know why they need to do that for the first 5 minutes, but I kind of liked it. I'm glad.
All right.
Yeah.
Sweet Tooth is the name of the class.
Sweet Tooth. Thank you. War World. If you know about War World, you know it's a bad place. There is a new animated feature coming out DC where Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman are all sent to War World. It's got Jonah Hex in it. It's rated R. Jensen Ackles playing Batman again.
I just got to say, I'm sure the movie will be fine. That was one of the worst trailers I have ever seen. It was specifically
bad.
The trailer itself and what they decided, how did they put it together, and everything was awful. But I'm sure the movie will be fine.
I didn't think it was as bad as Matthew did, but, differing opinions. Witcher Season 3 trailer is out. Looking forward to that. Also, Flash is out next week. We should be able to review it because we'll get paid and we'll be able to actually go see the movie.
And now I have a gift card.
Yeah, there we go. You spend all your money at the beach. That's what happens. Thanks to everybody who participated on the stream, on the text line. We hope that you have a great weekend, and we will be back next week. Have a great weekend, everyone. I know I just said that. So have a great weekend. I told you twice. All right. Let me thank everybody again on the stream. And Pappy the Puppet has some parting words.
Now, guys, I hope you have a good weekend. Do things responsibly.